Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this Friday afternoon. I'm Kyle Bosch. In a landmark opinion this morning, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that states cannot ban same-sex marriage. It hands gay rights advocates their biggest victory yet. Valley News Live Washington Bureau Chief Jacqueline Policastro is at the Supreme Court and shows us what is shaping up to be a victory party.
Just seconds after the Supreme Court interns ran across the steps here behind me, cheers erupted from the crowd. Many people didn't even know what the court had decided yet. Let's take a look at some of that video. You can see those interns running and the crowd reacting. We talked to a lot of people today. Let's have a listen to the immediate reaction after the court announced its decision.
We are elated. We are absolutely thrilled that the court ruled in the way that it did.
This is really exciting for a lot of our friends and neighbors back in Michigan, and it's just really great.
Seeing all these people here and feeling that support and feeling that appreciation, there's nothing like it. It's very overwhelming.
There are some protesters here today, but thousands of supporters are still lingering around the Supreme Court and the Capitol grounds. It's clear that their celebrations are just beginning. Reporting at the Supreme Court, I'm Jacqueline Policastro.
Same-sex marriages were already legal in Minnesota, but the ruling is a big change for North Dakota. At the Cass County Courthouse in Fargo, officials say they haven't had any same-sex couples get a marriage license yet today, but they will issue them and are busy updating forms. We'll have much more local reaction to this historic decision tonight on Valley News Live at 5. Warm, sunny, a chance of isolated thunderstorms. That's the kind of broken record forecast I can get behind. Let's check in with meteorologist Mick Kerr, who has a first look at our Friday afternoon forecast.
I knew we could count on your support, Kyle. Yes, it is a wonderful day, and we do have just those isolated thunderstorms or rain showers that we talked about on the valley today this morning that are in the forecast, and they're starting to show up now in Marshall County of Minnesota, in Becker County, and in Otter Tail and Hubbard County over towards the Mille Lacs area. I guess the most not aggressive. These are all going to be very well-behaved showers and thunderstorms, but one with some lightning is up there in between Newfolden and Grigla, and also a few pop-up showers and thunder showers over in the Becker and Otter Tail County between Detroit Lakes and Fergus Falls. Not much for wind today. The temperature already 80 in Grand Forks and Fargo, and will be about 82 here for the afternoon. An incredibly gorgeous Friday evening on the way. The weekend weather coming up here in a few minutes, Kyle.
All right, Mick, thank you very much. New information for you at noon on a house fire that happened yesterday in Grand Forks. Officials have ruled the fire an accident, saying it was caused by a lit cigarette that started some nearby flammable items ablaze. The fire started in the garage of the home and quickly spread to the second floor before firefighters were able to contain it. No one was home at the time, and the home did significant damage from the fire. A Twin Cities man has been hospitalized after falling 40 feet in an abandoned grain elevator. It happened just after midnight this morning. Fire officials say 3 men were exploring the building when one of them fell. It took firefighters about an hour to rescue him. The victim was then taken to Hennepin County Medical Center with what's described as not life-threatening injuries. Minneapolis Fire is urging people to stay away from any abandoned buildings. An American gas factory in southeast France came under attack today. French officials say that 2 men crashed a car into the entrance of the Air Products factory and into some gas canisters, which set off an explosion. 1 person was killed and 2 people were hurt. Police sources say a decapitated head was also found at the site, along with a flag bearing Islamist inscriptions. French authorities have launched a terrorism investigation. Well, it's something a lot of Bison fans have waited a long time for, and NDSU may be softening its stance on the alcohol policy during Bison football games. But right now, it sounds like any changes would only apply to sweets. The Fargo Dome Authority members say that serving drinks at the Dome has come up in years past during their contract negotiations with NDSU. The Dome does allow booze during other events, but its contract with the university has kept the stadium dry during Bison football. Fans we talked with say that if a change is made, they would like to see alcohol sales allowed in the entire stadium, not just the suites. The Fargo Dome Authority plans to bring up the topic at its meeting on Tuesday. In a Valley News Live exclusive, a bold burglary is prompting a Moorhead woman to warn others to lock their doors, even if you're at home and awake. It all comes after the arrest of 3 people accused of taking the woman's purse from her home and then racking up charges at a Moorhead hotel and grocery store. Cindy Slaughter says that the people came in through a side door that was unlocked. Her son was in the next room but never heard the intruders.
I guess it always felt like you were safe in your home, that you really didn't have to worry once you were behind closed doors that someone would violate your family like that. But it's not a small town anymore, and obviously we have to take more proactive measures in making sure that we can keep our things and our families safe.
Police say that this case and others like it should serve as a reminder that you should always lock your car and home doors because property theft happens much more frequently than violent crime. Friday means it's time to get a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say that Stacy Hennessy is wanted for several charges, including forgery, counterfeiting, and drug charges. Here's her picture up on your screen right now. You're asked to call your local law enforcement if you have any information. Well, it's a chance this weekend to get in touch with history as the Scandinavian and Midwest biking festivals return to the Fargo-Moorhead area. Events include battle demonstrations, Viking games, a beer garden, and plenty of Scandinavian delicacies, shopping, and live music. It's all going on at the Yumcum Center in Moorhead. It's open until 5 today and then back open from 10 a.m. until 5 tomorrow. The cost is $10 for adults, $5 for kids 13 through 17. Kids 12 and under are free with any paid adult.